So we've seen settings.py, and there are other important files that are created for us. And here's your urls.py, which is one of these files, and you can think of urls.py as a sort of table of contents for our web application. That on any given web application on a website, there are a number of different URLs or routes that you can visit. On Google, for example, you can visit /search or /images, and urls.py is just going to be a table of contents of all of the URLs of my web application that I can ultimately visit. And so if I'd like to try running this web application just to see what it looks like, the way to do it in Django is in the terminal, I'll run python manage.py followed by a command. And if you go to the previous slide that we've been discussing, we didn't discuss that last statement, which is python manage.py run server. And so what this statement is going to do is run our web application. And this is how we'll generally use manage.py. Manage.py anything followed by an argument specifying what command we'd like to run. And python manage.py run server means go ahead and actually run this web application. So if we go ahead and open our terminal or command, and you can see that we are inside of our project, which is Django. Django is a file holding our project. So in order to run the server, we need to get inside of the project. So Django is the file holding our project. So as you can see here, this is the file. We don't want to stay here. We want to enter that file in order to access my file. So we're going to copy that and cd change the directory to here. Now let's go ahead and type in python manage.py and then run server. So as you can see, we are returned by these. Now I'm running this web server locally, and I see a bunch of debugging output. But the interesting point to me is that it says down here starting development server at http column / 12.7001 to columns 800. And so this is where my web application is currently running. 127.0.0.1 is an IP address, an address on the internet that just refers to my local computer, the computer I'm looking at right now. So only I can access it and not anyone else on the internet. And 8000 is what we would call a port number, just refers to what type of service is being run. And you might have multiple different internet services running on different tools. And in this case, our Django application is running on port 8000. So if I copy that URL and go ahead and just put it in my web browser. So if I go ahead and copy that URL, and paste it, now you can see that this is Django's default page to say that our installation of Django works. And this now is the default page that Django is going to give to us to say that Django has been loaded for this web application. And we can now actually start to begin building this web application, but by adding features, all the features that we want to it. So now if we return to urls.py, you can see that our files only contains a list that contains a path with a route admin. So what does that mean? So this is our page that we've created, and so we've seen that we only have till now only one path, which has the route /admin. So if we enter /admin, you can see that we are returned with a web application, or let's say an application of this project. Let's say I try to type in something else. Again, see that this page is not found. So for now, the only route we have for this application is the /admin, and we're going to discuss that later. And you can add as many paths as you want, and you can see in order to add paths, we need to import the path from Django, and we just imported admin in order to use it inside of our path. And we're going to see throughout the course how we're going to be adding other paths other than the admin path into our urls.py.